Hey guys, what's going on? This is Fraudo, and today we'll be taking a look at the PS-15 Fraudo, aka Ocular Max's take on a masterpiece, Swindle. This will be the first in a six-part series, that I do. We'll be going through all 5 of the Combaticons in a separate video showcasing the combiner. So there he is, and first we'll look at his packaging. Here on the front, we have a nice picture of Fraudo there with his alternate expressive face. PS-15 Fraudo, munitions expert. Side, same thing. On the back, there's his bio. If you guys want to take a look at that. Here are his strengths and weaknesses. You can kind of see it does come with a decoder, just like the old tech specs back in the day. So there's that, if you'd like to see it. Here's the other side, close up of his face, the bottom, warnings, labels, and future characters to come, even though they've already come out. There's the top, all built in. Jeep, robot, legged robot, classic package. Alright, just getting right along here. He comes with a fair amount of items. First up, like I said, he has the decoder, red decoder thing. Next up, he has a card. It's kind of just a cardboardy. It's not Fans Toys material. Here's his tech specs on the back again, with that quick bio, vehicle and robot. He has flip out instructions, no book, classic Takara style. And this is what we're left with. He comes with this alternate head. It's kind of a snarling expression. Nice paint for the eyes and the face. It's just on a ball joint switching system, so you just pop that one off and place this one on. It did come with another one. I think that is in one of my other, it's in storage. But it's just kind of a smiling face, but the original was kind of quirky and not looking too good. So they sent a second head with their onslaught, I believe, which gave him this expression. He also comes with a few other accessories here. He has this adapter. Kind of adapter, it's for the vehicle mode. This stores by just taking your figure and plugging him on this port right here. Goes onto this tab. Just sits right there. All right. Then you have his big old Megatron rip-off gun. So I swindled him out of it. You got this tab. Peg, mind you, that goes into this little faux wheel section right there. Plugs in nicely, stays secure. Next up, we have his spare tire that stores just here on the back. Nice and firm. And finally, we have his gun. It's got a nice painted silver tip. Handle flips down, just like storage for previous. And this is the tab in the hole in the palm method. So you just take his hand, you open up his individually articulated fingers, and you take the gun, mount it in there, close his hand around, and there you have Swindle all armored up with his gear. And he is a good looking Swindle. Let's take a close peek here. His head, nicely painted, just like that other head. Nice metallic purple for the eyes, a silver for the face. I believe the head is just plastic. This purple all around the belly, I believe is painted, maybe it looks to be, or it's the yellow and it's all cast in purple. Either way, nice detailing up front. There's the windshield with the windows. Moving down to the crotch, you have the headlights of the Jeep, which in the faux crotch. Moving down a little lower, you got leg detailing. Part of the transformation just kind of built into the detail and line work. Arms, you have the faux wheels, little rivets all over the place. There's the back. Cleans up fairly well. And yeah. All right, so let's get into articulation. First up, he has a ball joint at the head, so you can do the side to side all the way around. You can look up that far. You can look down that far if you use some of the transformation, but not really. And he can get a quizzical tilt. Over the arms, it has a tight outward joint. Move it out that far. Full 360-degree rotation. Arm has a double jointed elbow, moves past 90 degrees. Wrists are on, I think it's a ball peg in there with rotation, a ball joint of the thumb, and 4 individually pinned fingers. So you can do all the grabbies. Moving down a little bit, we have waist rotation here. No ab crunch, unfortunately, but that's due to design. Moving his arms out. These are hip skirts, these faux parts that fold up. Legs can kick forward that far, kick backwards that far, do the full splits. And they are tight and all friction, but I've had them for a while now and they're still tight. You can do the full splits this way. We have a 90-degree knee bend, thigh swivel. Oh, and there's bicep rotation. It's tight though, just like everything on this figure, which is good. And moving down, no ankle pivot or there is a little bit of up and down, and some rocker motion. And it's pretty well articulated for what it is, and it was priced nicely at around 120, I think. So yeah, there's Swindle in his robot mode, and let's get down to transformation. Hey guys, Future Z here. Sorry about that. Right before I started the transformation, I accidentally forgot size comparisons. So here we have Fraudo, compared with his Combiner Wars counterpart. And here we have him with Masterpiece Sideswipe. Alrighty, so now let's get down to transformation. Alrighty, first thing you're gonna wanna do is take all of your bits and pieces off. These are all placed somewhere else for transformation, even this wheel. Next, what you're gonna wanna do is take his hands and just kind of mush his thumb down in his palm, close his fingers. Take this flap on his arm and lift it up. Take the hand, rotate it all the way around that cavity, and this peg will go into the port found on his wrist. Plug that in. You're gonna wanna take the bicep, swivel it 180, and then on this pin, you're gonna wanna shift that up, and on this pin, you're gonna shift it back, and it'll close up like that. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Close up the hand, flip it all around. All right, spin it, and collapse everything, just like so. All right, next what we're gonna do, we're gonna come to the backpack here. You're gonna take it, fold it down. You can fold this piece out. We're going to take the arms, and on these joints, there are sliders in here, and they're just going to, you can grab right here and just slide out. Just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Yep. And we're just going to take these and fold them forward. And we'll take the front of the chest, rotate down like that on this double hinge in there. I did have breakage. This tab was a little thin down here on the bottom on this side, and it snapped off. You only need one, and it stays in well good enough. The tolerances are really tight, but that is forewarning. You're going to want to take his head here. It's on this panel. You're going to take it and, nope, not yet. You're going to take his waist and pull it down on this slider, just like that. And you're going to take the head then, and you can rotate that. Then you can take what was formerly the chest, take it and spin it 180. You're going to take what was where the there's a slot right there that'll go into that tab that was previously tabbed into. Fold it up. All right, we'll get the top situated here. So first we'll get this out of our way. Open the arms just like so. Fold this down. Take the real wheels and fold them out. We'll save this bit for last. On this hinge, fold it all the way back and up and around. There is a tab on the forearm here that will peg into the slot found in the wheel. And there's a tab here that will go into this slot. So just get them all lined up. There we go. Do the same thing on the other side. Flip out the wheel, hinge the arm all the way around, peg it into both sides. All right, take this piece up front, pull it out just like so. Take these front bits that'll fold out to become the front of the Jeep, and you can take what will be the trunk and hinge it back on the first hinge and down on the top one to collapse to make a full front, and just make sure that these fender bits are out. All right, next what we're gonna wanna do, take the arms here. These little tabs will slide into these holes that were found down at the waist. So you push them in there, there we go. We'll take this slider and slide it right back in. Just like so on each side. And then there are two little, if it hasn't done it by itself, there are two little tabs right there. And we'll go into these little holes right there. Tab in, and there you have the front of the Jeep kind of all done. And you can take the windscreen and flip it up. And then we'll take the bumper, pull it out, rotate it 180, compress it, and then it'll just unhinge all of this. Alrighty. And do a flush look. Alright, so let's do a start on the back. First thing you're gonna wanna do, take the steering wheel here, just accordion it out of your way. Take the hip skirts, flip them 180 to become the bottom of the seats. Then we'll come down here to the legs, flip them around. You're gonna want to get your fingernail under this panel and lift that up just like so. Do the same thing on the other side. Me personally, I don't have very large fingernails, so I tend to use my 3D printed spudger here. Stick it under and pry it up. There we go. There we go. You're going to want to take your nail right into here. This is what pegs the back of the leg, the leg into the knee. Get your fingernail behind there. You can take this and untap it from there first. Give you some more clearance. Pull that out. All right. Then you're going to come to the foot here. The heel here is on a double jointed hinge. So you're going to want to double joint that up. Take the heel here, pull it down. You can see that it pegged in. Pull it down, rotate it so this tab is no longer in there, and then push it back in. You can take the foot then and close it up, creating the back of the Jeep. Do the same thing on the other side. Untab, lift up, double hinge. There you can see the double hinge in action. Make sure that's folded down, heel away, and foot closed. Then what you're going to want to do, you can take your little adapter piece from earlier, and that's going to take the bottom and peg right into there. And then you can compress the legs together, and it'll conjoin right there. Make sure all this is connected, and we can finish on our Jeep. So you're going to want to take the legs, and you're going to bend at the knee, 90 degrees, and then the inner knee also will fold in. So we'll accordion all in on itself and shrink, and then you can just compress it all together. Make sure all the tabs line up. Take the seats here. You can accordion them back and then down just to complete that seat look. There we go. On the bottom here, we're just going to take these once panels and fold them back up. The same thing with these. And we're going to take this bottom section, fold it back on that joint and down and compress it. And then final step here, we're going to take these little fenders and pull them back just to make sure it all lines up and looks like a Jeep. Then we'll get the accessories in here. We'll take this spare tire. We'll plug on right these two slots where the feet, what the feet have made for us. Then we're going to take his gun. We're going to rotate it so this port is now facing towards you, and then plug it into the adapter up top. And then the gun, we're going to fold up the handle and plug it into the other hole. And there you have Swindle in his Jeep mode. So now I'm going to clean him up and we'll take a look at him. Alrighty, so here we have Swindle in his Jeep mode. So we'll take a look at him here. He's got nice purple detailing throughout the hood. Some nice silver picked out with blue and blue transparent plastic over the headlights here. Some nice blue-green-ish inside picked out right there. Nice silver on the rims. The tires are indeed rubber. Going along the side here, nice rivet detailing that was carried over from the robot mode. Got maybe what appeared to be turn signal lights, possibly, or I'm just stupid. The back here, we have the spare tire with some taillight details picked out. Inside the front here, we have what seems to be a glove box, which is nice, and the gauge is picked out over here in silver with the steering wheel. There are the seats, created from what used to be the hip skirts and the knees. Here we have an articulated turret made out of his weapons and that adapter bit. They can rotate the full 360, and they can both pivot up and down. There's the front, there's the side, there's the back, there's the bottom. It cleans up fairly well, no visible head, which is always nice. Because of the rubber wheels, it does roll very nicely. And that's about it. So let's get some size comparisons in here. There we have Swindle, and here he is with his Combiner Wars counterpart. Much smaller, not in the same scale whatsoever, although this is Generations, and this is Masterpiece. And here he is with Masterpiece Sideswipe. Also, I would say not in scale at all. These wheels should probably be about the same if it's going for a Willys Jeep like I think it is. The turret on the back just looks way out of proportion. The seat itself looks for a human to be, small. This thing should be much, much smaller. Although we don't yet have the technology to make sound waves that shrink into actual cassette sizes and scale, and we won't have technology to make blast off turn into a real rocket ship, now will we? So they did what they could, and that's about it. So let's get down to transformation number 2. Alrighty, so this group is pretty cool. I really like the engineering that they put into it to make it all in one. No, I will not be getting the upgrade kit for the Bruticus. Not interested. I like the all-in-one features, and that's what I'm going to keep it with. So, first off, what you're going to want to do, come to the back here. I just take off all the accessories that I can. And I'm going to need my spudger for this. We can collapse these little fenders up front. You can take the front and rotate it up, and then the side back in on itself, just like so. Take it, spin it 180, collapse it again. And we're going to take the front here, open this, take this front bit, collapse it like so, fold this all up, and peg it into place. Next, we're going to come down here. I do a little bit of pulling, just like so, which allows for about that much movement. Then you can take the legs and spread them like so. You can take this, pull this out. Next, we're going to want to get back in here, if it hasn't done so already, and untab the sides, just like so. Take these pegs up here, pull them out as well. Take the legs, I just kind of collapse them again. And now we're going to have to do a whole lot of undoing and then redoing up here to make the waist be able to swivel around. So first, what we're going to want to do, take the wheels here, unpeg them. Take this front plate that just covers everything, pull that out like so. There's his head, peekaboo. Take the wheels, pull them out on these sliders once again. And then take the seats, flip them around so that they're in the robot mode orientation. Then we're going to take the waist, flip it 180 degrees. So the front is now facing the back. Then we're going to take the arms and we're just going to collapse it all again. Basically redo it as if we're making the front of the Jeep, just like so. And we'll leave that for now. Then what we're going to want to do, come down to the feet here, take them, you can flip them both out, just like so. Go to the back here, get your finger down here. I like to pull down on these heels and engage them first, and then you can get the pulling action of these heels. Make sure they stay tabbed together. Then what you're gonna wanna do is bring them down just like they would be in robot mode. So here, I'll do that again. So pull down and orient the robot heels first. Then I do the transformation to the robot mode with the double hinge, just like so, and take the bigger Bruticus heel, fold it down like so, and there you have the heel all complete. Now we're gonna wanna take the paneling here, fold that down to just fill in that gap. You can leave that closed for now. Then we're gonna take these seats up front and pull them up. And these will cover up the detailing of the faux parts. Take it and compress it again. Just like so. Take this, that'll cover there, that'll cover there. Now it doesn't look like there are two fronts of the Jeep, which is a nice touch. Then you can take this here and that'll peg into that slot, locking this in. Take the steering wheel, you can flatten it out. Take the windshield, flatten that out. And we'll come up here, let's get our fingernail under there and pull out this little tab. Was hiding in his arms. Then we're going to take this, open this up just like so, revealing some detail. And those tabs that we opened up will go into those slots. And then these little rivets or raises right here will go into these holes in here. If I did that right, which I did not. Peg that in, peg that in. Just like so. You can take the fenders again and pull them out. Then what you're gonna want to do, come down here to this tab, flip it up, take this one, flip it up, pull on the feet down to extend this joint here. Take these bits of the shin and flip them back up. Make sure all that's situated. And we're gonna come to here. I'm gonna take the spare tire and that'll tab onto these two slots right there. Then we're gonna want to take the big gun here and unpeg it. It splits into two bits. This bit has these two J-hooks that'll slide in right here underneath, slide in and then press up, just like so. Then because this part juts out on this side, that means there's more room on this. So we're gonna take the gun here, take the side of the vehicle, swivel it around, take the gun here, plug it into this port, and collapse that up, just like so. We'll take the adapter piece and it'll plug in right there, but instead of facing down, it'll be facing sideways, just like so. Then we're gonna take the rest of this gun and plug it into that port right there. All right, then swivel this all the way around, and there is the storage for all your gear. And there you have Swindle in his foot mode. And he is a good-looking leg. Articulation wise, the foot here is on the same rocker as the inside, so it has a nice side to side. Besides that, it's a foot. Not much else to say. Size comparison wise, here is Masterpiece Side Swipe again. So yeah, Side Swipe comes up to about his shin. So Bruticus is going to be a pretty big combiner. And the rest of those reviews will be coming later. So let's get down to final thoughts. Alrighty, final thoughts here. I really do enjoy this figure. Just these smaller kind of Masterpiece scaled guys with the great articulation, the nice firm joints, nothing loose. They always kind of appeal to me. That's why I'm super excited to get the new Ocular Max First Aid, their Medicus coming out. Beyond that, I would 100% recommend this guy. I think you can find him still fairly, not cheap, but not Fans Toys prices by any means. He's got great paint in the places you need him. It's nice durable plastic, so you can play with it, not worrying about too much breakage. It's got great accessories, great partners who you'll see to come. And overall, it's 100% recommend for me. I love the Combaticons, I love all these combiners, but these guys were really well made. I love the engineering, and they all look the part. So this is Z signing off. Just want to remind you to stay nerdy and keep loving what you love. we'll see you next time for the Vortex review, which will be coming out on my channel the same day this does. See ya!